Did you know that, as we get older, there are some things to be careful about with masturbation to keep it safe and healthy for you? Now, before you jump to any conclusions, please know this. We're not trying to scare you. I'm not here to shame anyone or tell you what to do. In fact, it's quite the opposite. What we're talking about today is something many older men do, but don't often talk about. And that silence can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, discomfort, and even long-term health issues. So, if you're a man between 60 and 85, and you've ever wondered, is this still safe for me? Or, why does it feel different now? This video is for you. As a doctor who has worked with men on prostate health for many years, I've seen how common mistakes during masturbation, or self-pleasure, can sometimes create real problems over time. Things like urinary issues, pelvic pain, pain in the area between your hips, and even emotional side effects can happen if these things aren't understood. The truth is, what was fine for your body at age 30 doesn't always work the same way at age 70. Your body has changed. Your hormones have changed. And ignoring these changes can come with a quiet cost to your health. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 specific things older men should try to avoid during masturbation. The advice here isn't just guesswork or myths from the internet. Each point is based on medical experience, real patient stories, and what we now understand about aging men's health. If you've ever wanted to keep your private life safe, your prostate healthy, and your confidence strong, then this may be the most important few minutes you spend today. Let's get started. Mistake number 1, holding your urine before or during. One common mistake that older men can fall into is ignoring the need to pee before masturbation. You might think it's harmless. You might tell yourself, "I'll go after." But what seems like a small delay can lead to serious problems, especially if you're over 60. Here's why. As men get older, the bladder doesn't stretch as easily as it used to. The prostate gland, a small gland below the bladder, often gets bigger with age. This can make it harder for the urinary tract, the body's plumbing for urine, to drain pee as cleanly or completely. This means that any pressure in your lower pelvic area when you're aroused, especially if your bladder is full, can push urine backward, trap it in the urethra, the tube urine comes out of, or even cause leakage at the worst possible moment. Some men even experience dribbling after they pee, which can be embarrassing, uncomfortable, and is preventable. Medically, there's also a higher risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs. When leftover urine sits in the tract for too long, especially under increased pressure, it can become a place for germs, bacteria to grow. Add in the friction from masturbation, and if your system is already a bit inflamed, sore, or swollen, it's more likely to get an infection. I once treated a 77-year-old man named Carl. He came in thinking he had prostate cancer because he was having trouble urinating and some discomfort. It turned out he was simply holding his urine too often before his private moments, not realizing that his bladder couldn't cope with the pressure like it used to. There's a psychological part to this too. Some older men may have gotten used to ignoring their body's signals, perhaps from years of rushed intimate moments, or just not wanting to interrupt. But ignoring your bladder's signal is not a sign of strength or control. It's a sign that you need to slow down and work with your body, not against it. If this sounds familiar, if you've ever finished masturbating and then suddenly had to go to the bathroom so badly it hurt, then this message is for you. Make it a rule. Always empty your bladder before. You'll be safer, more comfortable, and your entire experience will feel better, both physically and emotionally. Mistake number 2. Using a tight grip and fast motion. As men age, one of the most common things they don't realize is how old habits during masturbation can start working against their body's natural function. A classic example is gripping too tightly or moving too fast. It might have felt fine in your 30s or 40s, but now your body is changing, and what once gave you control and satisfaction might now be the very thing causing long-term harm. Here's what I mean. A tight grip creates repeated stress on the tissues of the penis, especially around the shaft and head. Over time, this can make the nerves that help you feel pleasure less sensitive. Yes, too much of a good thing, done in the wrong way, can dull the very signals that used to excite you. Some men even begin to notice they can't respond as well to a partner anymore. It's not because they've lost interest, but because their own overuse of pressure has rewired their sensitivity. There's a medical term for this sometimes. Experts sometimes refer to it as death grip syndrome. It's not an official diagnosis, but it's something urologists, doctors specializing in the urinary tract, and sexual health experts see all the time. A 69-year-old man named Henry told me he hadn't had a satisfying, intimate moment with his wife in nearly 2 years. The reason? He had gotten so used to a very specific, fast, and intense style of solo pleasure that his brain and body no longer responded to normal touch or pace. He hadn't broken anything physically, but he had trained his body to only respond under extreme conditions. That's not freedom. That's like being trapped in one way of feeling pleasure, which might not work with a partner or feel good long term. The same goes for speed. Going too fast, especially in older age, can quickly raise your blood pressure, make you feel tired or lightheaded, or even cause an irregular heartbeat if your cardiovascular system is under strain and you're not 25 anymore. Your body wants pleasure, not punishment. And you can still enjoy it deeply by being more intentional, slower, and gentler with your rhythm. Masturbation isn't a race. It's not about just getting it over with. It's about connecting with yourself in a way that's healthy, safe, and satisfying. So, loosen the grip, slow the pace, let your body speak, and more importantly, listen to it. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, please comment 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Mistake number 3, ignoring prostate warning signs. Many older men don't think about their prostate health when they masturbate, but it's important to connect the two. The truth is, masturbation can either help or harm your prostate, depending on what's going on inside your body. And the biggest mistake is ignoring the little warning signs that something might be wrong. For example, if you notice pain or pressure during masturbation or after climax, orgasm, don't brush it off. It's not just part of getting old. It could be a sign of prostate inflammation, swelling or irritation, known as prostatitis. Or it could be something even more serious, like an enlarged or irritated prostate. Some men experience a sharp discomfort behind the scrotum, the sac that holds the testicles, or deep in the pelvic area, the area between your legs, especially when sitting for long periods or during bowel movements. If that sounds familiar, your body is asking for attention, not for you to avoid it. Here's where the danger comes in. Some men, out of habit or frustration, continue masturbating even when they're in pain, thinking it'll go away on its own. But repeatedly putting strain or pressure on an already inflamed or sore prostate can make things worse. It's like running on a twisted ankle. You're not healing, you're slowly breaking down further. One man I spoke with, Tom, aged 74, ignored his symptoms for nearly a year. He thought the discomfort was just part of aging and kept going about his routine. But when he finally got checked, his doctor found signs of chronic, long-term prostatitis that had gone untreated for too long. His recovery took much longer than it would have if he had paid attention early on. And it's not just about pain. If you start noticing a weaker stream when you pee, having to pee more often, especially at night, or feeling like your bladder isn't completely empty after you go, those are all signs your prostate may be swelling. Masturbating when you have these symptoms may cause more irritation and delay healing. The takeaway is simple. Your body whispers before it screams. Pay attention to those whispers. Adjust your habits. Rest when needed. And don't be afraid to bring it up with your doctor. You're not being weak, you're being smart. Because real strength isn't about pushing through pain. It's about knowing when to stop and take care of what matters. Mistake number 4, using harmful aids or objects. In old age, what you use during your solo moments matters just as much as how often you do it. And unfortunately, many older men turn to tools, objects, or aids that seem harmless, but can quietly do real harm. This is one of the most overlooked dangers of masturbation in later life. Some men use lotions, oils, or gels without reading the labels. What they don't know is that certain chemical ingredients, especially those with alcohol, certain preservatives, like parabens, or artificial smells, synthetic scents, can irritate the skin. They can also disrupt the natural pH balance of your private areas and even trigger allergic reactions over time. For men with thinner, aging skin, this kind of irritation can take days or even weeks to heal. And if there's already minor damage to the skin surface, it opens the door to infection. Then there's the issue of using inappropriate objects or tools that apply too much pressure. Many men feeling less sensitivity than in their younger years try to enhance the experience using items that are not designed for that part of the body, or without proper safety standards. But here's the risk. What might seem clever or satisfying in the moment could cause tiny tears in the skin, microscopic tears, nerve strain, or worse, damage to blood vessels. For men with prostate issues or problems with blood flow, circulatory problems, that's a ticking time bomb. I once spoke with a man named Walter, 68, who had quietly used a device he made himself for years. He never had an issue, until one day he didn't heal from a small irritation. He ended up in the emergency room with a minor but painful injury that took months to recover from. And the emotional toll, embarrassment, regret, discomfort, was heavier than he'd expected. Even sex toys, if not cleaned properly, can become breeding grounds for germs, bacteria. And for men with lower immunity, your body's ability to fight infection, or slower healing capacity, especially after 70, that's not something you want to gamble on. Your skin, your tissues, your prostate, they all need more care and gentleness now than ever before. So, what's the wiser path? Stick with body-safe products designed for older skin. Avoid anything that feels too tight, too rough, or artificial. Choose natural lubricants without chemicals. Look for water-based, glycerin-free, and paraben-free options if possible. And if you're unsure, always ask a professional, like your doctor or a pharmacist. You're not being silly, you're being responsible, because the small decisions you make in private moments can quietly protect or quietly harm your health. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward to our final mistake. Mistake number 5. Masturbating right before sleep without recovery time. As strange as it might sound, timing really matters, especially as you get older. Masturbating right before going to sleep without giving your body time to calm down, breathe, and recover can quietly affect your quality of rest and overall energy the next day. Here's why. After orgasm, your body usually enters a parasympathetic state, which is supposed to help you relax. But in older adults, the hormonal shift and nervous system response can sometimes go in the opposite direction. This can leave you feeling overstimulated or can mess up your sleep cycles. You may think it helps you fall asleep, but many seniors find themselves waking up more often, feeling unrested, or even having vivid dreams that disturb the deeper stages of sleep. There's also the issue of prostate pressure. When a man ejaculates, releases semen, especially in a lying down position, the prostate gland contracts and then slowly relaxes. But without moving around afterward or allowing circulation to normalize, it can leave the pelvic region, the area around your hips and bottom, feeling congested, blocked up, or inflamed, a bit swollen. That can lead to discomfort the next morning, tightness, a dull ache, or even difficulty peeing. A man named Dennis, 73, once told me he couldn't understand why his lower back and pelvis always felt sore when he got up. After some conversation, it turned out he was regularly masturbating while lying down and falling asleep immediately afterward. Once he changed his routine, giving himself 10 to 15 minutes of light stretching or walking afterward before sleep, the pain disappeared. That small change made a big difference. Older men need more recovery time. Your nervous system is slower to reset. Your muscles and glands need more circulation to clear out byproducts of activity. Rushing straight into bed after release doesn't give your body that chance. It's like doing a workout and skipping the cool down. Your body pays the price the next day. Instead, if you do choose to masturbate in the evening, follow it with something gentle. Sit quietly, drink some water, breathe deeply, and allow your body to ease back into a resting state. This helps regulate your hormones, calm your nervous system, and can improve the quality of your sleep. As we get older, our energy is precious. So, don't spend it all right before bed, and then expect to wake up feeling rich in energy. If you've made it this far, I want to say thank you for your curiosity, your openness, and your care for your body. This isn't the kind of topic many people talk about openly, especially not for an older age group. But the truth is, staying informed and making small, wise choices can make all the difference, not just in how long we live, but in how well we live. Masturbation in old age isn't wrong, shameful, or something to hide. It's a part of being human. But like all things in later life, it deserves more care, more awareness, and more kindness toward ourselves. What worked when you were 30 or 40 might not work the same now. And that's okay. Your body is different, your nervous system is different, and your needs are different. honoring that is not weakness, it's wisdom. So, I ask you, was there something in today's video that made you stop and think? Maybe a habit you never questioned before, or a tip you'll try from now on. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so please don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.